It was an ordinary day, and Tai was on his way home with his childhood friend Ren. Ren practiced tennis in the school's tennis club and was insisting Tai to enter a club soon so his talent would not go to waste. Tai then saw a cyclist about to hit Ren at full speed. Then, he saw a girl who was drawing a magic circle, but an assassin attacked her guardian and blood dripped onto the magic circle. The guardian fought off the assassin to save his mistress. It was Tai who saved Rin from the bicycle rider, who was dumbfounded by such rashness. Abruptly, a circle of magic flared beneath Tai, sensing peril, pushing Rin out, but she clung to him and both fainted. They found themselves waking up in the meadow, with Tai making sure that Ren was safe. They tried finding their way home, but their phones were out of signal. First, he thought it was really a remote area. Tai suspected that the transportation by the magic circle took them to another world, something known to him from games. Ren wouldn't believe until they encountered a big demon horse. Tai let Ren run away by distracting the horse, thinking that one of them dying was way much better than both of them dying. In the end, when it attacked, a swordsman stepped in, and an archer and a mage finally killed the horse. The adventurers explained they would sell the horn of the demonic horse and finally realized that Tai and Ren did not fit in with their party. That night, the adventurers agreed to take Tai and Ren to another town if Tai made peace with Ren, who looked upset. Tai made Ren apologize for his thoughtless behavior and made him promise that he wouldn't think about dying for her sake. The next morning, they arrived at a bustling border town and planned to register as adventurers. They reached the guild. The magic power of Ren and Tai surprised the receptionist. Due to their immense power that could not be measured correctly, they were referred by the guild master to Linnea, a mage. Linnea took them as apprentices and tried to teach them how to control the powers within. Assassins were after the people summoned across worlds. Tai's stats were very high, above even the royal magicians. Linnea trained Tai how to raise his own self with magic. Mora was teaching Rin fire magic. Both were making very fast progress. In 3 weeks they could hunt by themselves. The demon horse met again and they finally killed him. Linnea acknowledged their growth and said they needed to leave as she couldn't maintain them forever. Ren and Tai became adventurers in hopes of finding someone to return them home. They took on missions, one of which was to investigate a bar that was connected to some thefts. They confronted suspects and apprehended the assassin, but things did not end there as more challenges emerged. Ogres attacked a fruit orchard. They suspected a young, white-haired man, by which they found out about their plot with a sorceress against them. While fighting some enemies, he encountered an ice wolf, and Tai showed his weaknesses against some enemies. The story foreshadows that more will come in their quest for survival and finding a way home. Feeling that he and Rin needed to improve their battling skills and tactics after meeting the ice wolf, after the frost beast incident, Tai came to and found Linnea there once again. She had brought him food, stating that he'd been unconscious for an entire week since he'd used up all his magical energy. When Rin and Mora first returned with him, everyone had thought he'd recover in no time. But when he did not come around after 3 days, they started to get desperate and called in Linnea. According to her, she never saw Mora that uptight before. Linnea told Tai the 2 young women were now looking into something. He rose to thank her and informed her of what had occurred in the garden. She said his opponent had utilized a red pact. That is a forbidden strategy using creature blood to gain power. It gives extraordinary might, but it is excessively savage. Tai also related his story of the wind spirit meeting him. This surprised Linnea, as it enlightened her on the cause of his forces. Meanwhile, the pale-haired man, Kasim, had gone to report Tai's mishap to his superior in the cult. His superior said that a pushover job would be coming up soon that Kasim could use to get out his frustrations. On the same note, he came over to a woman with blades, Grammy, and wrote something on her hand so that Kasim could control her. The leader of the cult gathered 2 members of the guild and left. He also gave Kasim a message to deliver. Bringing the subject back to Tai, Limia clarified that he was a type of summoner, which is a class of magic users. He would bind with one spirit in his case. How mighty he was depended on how tight this bond was. The key to using this power was how well Tai could see or hear the spirit. Spirits are creatures in this world even higher ranked than dragons.